Hi, I'm Rennie with the people of the 757, and I'm here with...
Rod Pennington.
Nice to meet you, Rod.
Nice to meet you.
We're here at the 57th Annual Ocean View Art Festival, and we just have a few questions for you, all right?
Okay.
So what brings you here today?
We've been here a couple of times before, and we go to a lot of art festivals all over.
Okay.
My wife enjoys going.
And what do you like about this art festival or this area in particular?
Well, it's a nice little area. This is a small, and it's more of a beginner art festival for a lot of locals and stuff, but it's got a nice ambiance for a small art festival.
Reflects the culture of the 757.
Well, it's like I say, it's a nice little niche in Ocean View, and Ocean View has changed its perception over the years to what it is today.
I'm here with
Taylor Stone.
Taylor Stone, and you are from?
I'm from Virginia Beach.
Okay, perfect. Now, I guess we can start off with a little bit about you. You being from Virginia Beach, and I guess now being in Norfolk to showcase your specific type of art, photography. What brings you here to the city? Because you've only been here for 4 years, correct?
Right, I moved here about 4 years ago after I got out of the military, and I liked the area, so I just decided to stay.
Fantastic. And is there any specifics you enjoy about Norfolk or Virginia Beach, or even the 757?
Mm-hmm. I just like the mix of a small town vibe, but also have the access of a city. So it's really nice to be able to go out every weekend, have always something to do. But then you can go to the same bars and run into the same people all the time, so it has the perks of both.
Do you mind telling us a little bit about what you got going on here?
Sure. So I'm a photographer. I've been doing it full-time for about 6 years now. When I first got out of the military, photography was something I always wanted to try since I was a kid. So I gave myself 1 year. I'd saved up some money, and I was like, well, if I can figure out how to do this in 1 year, then that's what I'm doing for the rest of my life. And here I am, 6 years later, still doing the same thing.
When it comes to your specific photography, is there any inspirations you draw from to get the perfect shot or the perfect image you want to create?
So I went through kind of an evolution. First off, you just start with trying to get great pictures, right? So, let's take pictures of pretty stuff. And I've evolved as an artist to now trying to create images that have more meaning and actual impact. So that drove me to actually go back to school. I'm getting my PhD now in Arctic research. Because after traveling to the Arctic, I just realized, man, pretty pictures are not going to save this place, but I can do more. So it really drove me to try and do more and protect the environment that I love. So as far as technique, when I go out now I try and create powerful messages about what an image says. Like, for example, this is one of my favorite images. And I love that this image has the strength of a mountain, but also the fragility of the mist. So it conveys a lot of meaning between, what is strong, what is fragile, what is permanent, what is transient. And I really like that message in that particular image.
Looks like this brings you to a lot of traveling. Is this something that you kind of tie into your art as far as the enjoyment of it, traveling and then getting that perfect shot?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I travel for art, what I do is I camp. So I literally live in the area that I'm shooting, and I feel the weather, I feel the light, I experience the culture, and that helps me decide what it is I want to say about that particular picture.
Thank you for your time. Your name is again?
Taylor.
And is there anything else you want to shout out here with the people of 757?
Sure. If you want to follow along the adventures, you can follow me on Instagram. It's @redheadednomad. So if you follow @redheadednomad, you get all the behind the scenes when I go travel, and you can see me out doing my thing.
All right, perfect. Well, it was great talking to you. Thank you for having the time with us.
Thank you.
My name's Hamilton Perkins. I'm the founder of Hamilton Perkins Collection. We make unique bags from recycled materials. We use plastic water bottles, pineapple leaves, billboard vinyl. Each bag is unique and different. We've been featured in Forbes, Fast Company, The Washington Post. Some customers include Hewlett-Packard, Dow Chemical, Nordstrom, TJ Maxx, Barnes & Noble booksellers. Our products are sold in about 160 retail sales outlets around the world. We work with Fortune 500 customers, team of three. We're in the MacArthur Center. We're out here at the Ocean View Art Festival today.
Is there any, specific narratives you have in terms of starting up such a thing and building something out of recycled materials and then selling that? Is there any specifics as to why you did it or anything like that?
Yeah, for me, I needed a bag. That was the first step. I spent like 5 years in retail,
Right.
7 years in banking and investment management. Just kind of saw an opportunity to take recycled materials and kind of, popularize that in a way that I hadn't necessarily seen before. We started on Kickstarter. We had a $10,000 goal to start. We hit the goal in 6 days. That was 3 years ago. It took us 6 months to produce the very first production run.
You did speak on the fact that you guys are in MacArthur and you do pop-ups. Is there any specific narratives to that as to why you do that and try to put people on?
I think we just learned a lot about like retail when we sell. Like when you go into a retail store and you're working with a buyer, you get a chance to really learn like what's resonating. And if you're kind of not in the direct conversation, direct to consumer, you're losing a lot of information. So for us, like we knew we wanted to have more access to the customer. We wanted to be educated around everything from our brand, our product, our copy, like just the details, like just how is our whole like brand aesthetic supposed to be in terms of the customer experience.
Given that, the products themselves are recyclable items, I'm assuming there is also that aspect of, trying to push forward that idea to, protect, where you stay, where you're from, and then building off the fact that you also put a lot of the upcoming, businesses in place, especially in MacArthur. There's also that aspect of supporting your community as well. With your bags being recyclable items, do you feel like you try to communicate the effort of like being true to the earth and like I guess making sure it's safe and clean and stuff like that?
I think the service we try to provide to our customers, try to make sure that the product is as popular as it can be, that it's available when they can purchase it, whether that's connecting on a local level, national level, international level. We go to trade shows all over the world. We get, old materials, recycled materials from all over the world, try to turn it into something new. And I think by default, you create community, you can create opportunity that way. So you kind of have to like put yourself on, and then you kind of worry about putting other people on after.
Mm-hmm. And I guess talking about some of the history of what Hamilton Perkins, the brand, is, when you first started doing this, is this something you saw yourself to be doing as like a passion, or was it something as you thought you could just do to help out the community for yourself as well as just like for those who were tuned in?
Yeah, I think I've always been really entrepreneurial. Even if I look back to when I was in middle school, I was selling Slam magazine advertisements to classmates. I sold sneakers on eBay. I would go and work in New York for a couple days, come back down here and resell items.
Appreciate the time you gave us, man.
No, thank you. Appreciate
Shout out
the
Hamilton.
opportunity.
Anything else you want to say to the camera, to people with 757?
You can check us out at HamiltonPerkins.com. You can check us out in our pop-up store in the MacArthur Center. We're on the second level across from Sephora. And yeah, we appreciate it. We'd love to try to earn your business. And follow us on Instagram as well at Hamilton Perkins.
And I'm here with
Len Lewis.
I'm Rennie Wilkinson. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
What made you want to come out here today, Len?
I just wanted to put never had my talent, like my art pieces or anything in public, so it's a good opportunity to come out and just sort of see what everyone else is doing around here as well, but also get my own expression out. So that's kind of what the aim is, coming out here.
What do you like about this area specifically?
Oh, geez. I like being by the coast. Because when I'm up in Pennsylvania, see, that's where I moved to before this. I was over in Cali, went to PA, went there for about 15 years and just moved down here. But, moving around gives you like a different perspective on things. Like, I got the perspective of being by the water right now, so this is comfortable living down here. It's pleasant.
About your art now, you can see all these beautiful pieces. What does this represent to you? How are you expressing yourself through things like this?
Expressing myself, and when it comes to like just my art, what I do is I just go freestyle. I don't really focus. I don't have an idea going into the thing. It's just like I'm gonna throw some paint down, and my subconscious is able to be reiterated throughout the pieces, wherever I'm at. So I just kind of train my brain to do that. I'm not really drawing from life. I mean, I'm drawing from life. That's what I'm thinking about. But when it comes out, it's sort of like everything's connected, in a way. It's got some visual meaning to it, but it's verbal creativity, but in the form of a visual. I have to say, this is probably one of my favorite works right here. This probably took a day to do, but it was just sorry about it. But yeah, man, everything just kind of came together. I just see shapes, I throw paint at it, and then it's like, I see something here, got a portrait here, got an eye, got a, everything just sort of flows. Deep south, like you got everything. You got sex, you got corn, got Negroes. I mean, slave auction going. I mean, everything just connected. Everything goes in. Reproduction right here, like it's like
Really awesome.
The girl right here, she turns into the older woman right there. I mean, it's just like life. These are the two parents that made these two, and their hairs are all connected to each other. It's just things like that, like little things that happen. And, know, there's no inspiration without any creativity to go with it.
Any last words?
No, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks for speaking with us today, Lem. It's been a good one. This has been People at 757. Thank you.